Good afternoon. As a Secretary of the Board of Trustees of the Perris Junior High School District, I'm calling this meeting to order at 4:04 p.m. I want to ask for a roll call to determine the quorum. Trustee Anaya?
Here.
Trustee Stafford?
Here.
Trustee Hall?
Here.
Trustee Garcia?
Here.
Trustee Campos?
Here.
We can establish a quorum. The next item is an invitation to address our Board of Trustees on closed session items only. Are there any public comments on closed session items?
No public comments.
Thank you. The next item is an action item, adjourn to closed session. Do I have a motion to adjourn to closed session?
So moved.
Second. Trustee Garcia and Trustee Stafford. Please vote. Upon a vote being taken, the vote was 5-0. We are adjourning to closed session at 4:05 p.m. The regular board meeting of the Perris Junior High School District is reconvening at 5:15 p.m. The next item is the pledge of allegiance. Mr. Garcia is going to lead.
Please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
Okay, we are going to continue.
Mr. Stafford.
We are going to continue with the meeting. I'm sorry.
5-minute invocation.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we have the invocation. 6.1,
Okay.
invocation, Trustee Stafford.
A few words for the holidays and for every day. Let's try to single out within ourselves a time that we're kind to someone. Whether we stopped and helped them with a flat tire or pick up something, whatever. The smallest act of kindness really helps people sometimes. We all are in our own zones with our heads down, so let's pick our heads up and look around us and try to be of assistance and kind to each other, because it's a hard world out there enough, and we want our students to mirror who we are, so let's show them and teach them to be kind also. That's all I have. Moment of silence for anyone suffering or sick and in need. And if anyone's in need of something, you're having trouble, please speak to someone. You can speak to me if you need to, but pick someone and talk to somebody. Okay. All right, moment of silence. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. Our next item is 7.1, election of officers, and the first officer is president. Do I have any nominations for president?
I nominate Edward Garcia for president.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford and Trustee Campos. Can you please vote? Upon a vote being taken, the vote is 5-0. And the newly elected president, Mr. Edward Garcia, will take over from here. Congratulations, sir.
Dr. Barney. Can we just switch laptops? Oh. I'm just gonna leave mine unplugged. What's this? At this time, item 7.2, election of officers, vice president. Do we have any nominations for vice president?
I'd like to nominate Chuck Hall for vice president.
Thank you.
I'd like to nominate Jamie and I for vice president.
Is there a second? So,
On either?
how do we do a second? We separate them? So we'll just vote for Chuck first?
Yeah.
Okay, so is there a second for Chuck Hall?
Can I second myself?
You could?
A second.
Okay, there's a second for Chuck Hall. Chuck Hall being the second. Please vote.
Oh, shit.
Please vote. The vote is 2 noes, 2 yes, and 1 abstention. It does not pass. Is there a second for Jamie Anaya?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Campos? I'm sorry?
Stafford that did the first motion.
Yes.
Yes, start with the first one.
Please vote. Four in favor, 1 abstention. It passes. Moving on to item 7.3,
We gotta move. We gotta move. Oh,
yeah, let's just be consistent.
well, should we just get rid of all of them? Then we'll do, instead of moving around every single time, can we just finish with the clerk and then everybody moves to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
next
that's
one?
right, yeah. It's a great idea.
Well, 'cause I'm gonna be unplugging.
All right, moving on to item 7.3, election of officers, clerk. Do I have a nomination for clerk?
I nominate Tony Stafford.
Is there a second?
Second.
Please vote. On item 7.3, 1 abstention, 3 yeses, and 1 no vote. It passes. Congratulations to everyone. And if you guys want to shift, please shift.
I'm taking, so I don't know if anybody else is, I've got my stuff. And I got my books in the back.
You need to bring your laptop. There's this stuff.
With everything?
I have my junk.
My glasses, your glasses.
Those are. Hey, Chuck? Or is that a little sad?
No, you have it.
You use much too?
I don't know.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
All right, thank you.
I just came in here and I told you that.
I can't get my fingers to do.
Is everyone logged in? All right, moving on to item 7.4, election of representatives of the County Committee on School District Organization. Do I have any nominations for representatives?
Oh, this is cool.
Any nominations?
Oh, I could do it again. That's that one meeting, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we could do it again if no one else wants to do it.
I nominate.
Okay.
Oh,
I was going to nominate him.
go ahead.
So, can I nominate? Sure. I'd like to nominate Charles Hall. Is there a second?
Oh, second. Keep passing that again. The pen. Just the pen.
I nominated him and we got a second, so we're waiting on her to call for the vote. Please vote. Item 7.4 is a 4-1 with Mr. Hall abstaining. Item 7.5, regular board meeting selection of the day, time, and location of regular meetings. Do I have a motion to approve the proposed meeting dates?
So moved.
Thank you, Mrs. Anaya.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 7.5 is a 5-0 vote. Moving on to 7.6, appointment of superintendent as secretary to the board of trustees. Do I have a motion to appoint the superintendent as secretary to the board of trustees?
So.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Is there a second?
Second.
Was that Mr. Hall?
Yep.
Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 7.6 is a 5-0 vote. Moving on, 7.7, certification. Certification of signatures. Do I have a motion? Was that you, Mr. Campos?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 7.7 passes 5-0. Item 7.8, designation of authorized agent. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 7.8 passes 5-0. Item 8.1, recess. Can you read that? Yes. The board president will recess the meeting to conduct the regular board meeting of the California Military Institute Charter School, and we are recessing at 5. The regular board meeting of the Paris Union High School District is reconvening at 6:31 p.m. 9.1, revision, adoption, ordering of agenda, December 10, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Thank you, Mr. Campos. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 9.1 passes 5-0. 10.1, report out of closed session.
Yes, President Garcia, in closed session, by a vote of 5-0, the Board of Trustees approved the grievance settlement agreement for employee number 302647 with the Paris Union High School District. 5 yes, 0 no. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Item 10.2, district update by the superintendent.
Thank you, President Garcia. I would like to share with everybody that the city of Paris has provided our district or provided it with 130 Thanksgiving meals vouchers to support families for this holiday season. The meal distribution took place on Monday, November 24th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Bob Glass Gymnasium. Thank you to our mayor, Mr. Vargas, and to the city of Paris for their support to our students and our families in our community. Also, I would like to share that today we had an amazing December Student of the Month recognition. It was great, wonderful, one of the best events that we have every month, where we have the opportunity to recognize our wonderful students.
Thank you, Dr. Rouse. Item 10.3, student representatives to the Board of Trustees. Trustee Hall.
I'm trying to get there.
Okay.
I'd like to introduce from Heritage High School, student representative Giovanni Limas and Taylor Scott.
Good evening, board members, Tammy and Dr. Rao. Welcome to our November board update.
We're excited to share everything that made this month so awesome. So let's jump right in.
First up, our CIF football game against Santa Rosa Academy. Even though it didn't end the way we hoped, we are incredibly proud of our team for their hard work, dedication, and heart this season. Thank you to our athletes, coaches, and everyone who came out to support them out this year.
Next, we celebrated our seniors at our Submit and Celebrate event. Seniors officially submitted their college applications and marked a huge milestone in their journey. Congratulations to the class of 2026. We are so excited to see what's ahead for you.
Our ASB sophomores had an amazing opportunity to attend the CATA conference, where they learned new leadership skills, events, ideas, and ways to keep building a positive school culture. We can't wait to see everything they bring back to our campus.
We also had our fall play, a Madcap Moon, put on by our talented drama team. The cast and crew delivered such a fun, creative performance. Huge shout out to everyone involved. You made our school proud.
And we want to recognize 2 special honors this month. First, Ms. Fonseca was chosen by the seniors to give the charge at graduation, which is an incredible recognition of the impact she had on students. And second, congratulations to Mr. Pasquale, our amazing biomedical teacher, for being named Teacher of the Year.
Thank you to our staff, students, family, and community,
for showing up, cheering us on, and supporting every event.
and for helping make this month one to remember. We appreciate you all so much. Thanks
Thank
for
you for
watching our November board update. See you next month.
Trustee Campos.
I have the honor to introduce Liberty High School Student Representative Julian Mojica, Aiden Marash, and Nevea Villalobos.
Good evening, esteemed members of the board, Dr. Rao, and the cabinet. I'm Julian.
I'm Neve.
And I'm Jaden. And this is our November Recap. In preparation for the holiday season, our November has significantly slowed down to spread thanks and allow students to prepare for the final stretch of this semester. To begin, congratulations to Kiara Monterey for being named our December Student of the Month.
November 15th, the Robotics Club hosted its annual Robotics Highlight, which featured student-built robot battles from all different schools in our district.
As well as congratulations to boys water polo, who finished second overall in CIF.
On November 17th, our ASB class headed down to the Disneyland Hotel to attend CATA's Area F High School Conference. This conference hosted over 200 student presenters with our own Ireland McCoy, Ashlyn Moore, Carolyn Rochelle, and Madeline Barajas, and myself being able to present.
On November 21st, the dance troupe hosted their annual fall show, which was Aladdin. Many of our own ASB students were featured in this wonderful show. So great job, Bison.
Lastly, on December 5th, we hosted our Winter Pep Rally, which was Charlie Brown themed. It featured performances from all of our winter sports and some of our clubs on campus.
Some upcoming events to look out for are the talent show on December 12th, the boys basketball highlight on January 14th, and the girls water polo highlight on January 16th. The girls basketball highlight on January 21st, and the boys soccer highlight on January 23rd, as well as the winter dance on January 31st.
Thank you for your time, and as always, go Bison!
All right. Trustee Stafford.
Yes, I'd like to introduce student representatives from Paloma Valley High School, Kyler Driller and Hannah Ruff.
Hello, First Year School Board. I'm Hannah Ruff. And I'm Kyla Drewler. Back again with your Wildcat highlights from November to December. First up today, maybe even as you're watching this video, we're having our 4th annual Winter Wonderland. It's a festive hangout for students, families, and staff with decorations, games, and laughter. Basically a reminder that we're all part of one big school family. And earlier today, we had our Winter Pep Rally to celebrate the semester's achievements in winter sports. It was a loud and energetic time for all. Tomorrow and Thursday, we're having our winter play. This year's play is an extra special one because it's a collaboration between our ASL program and our theater performance troupe. That way, everyone can enjoy, whether through listening or sign language. This super inclusive performance of Almost Me is guaranteed to be full of heart. With the semester wrapping up, we also want to celebrate everyone's hard work, from projects to tests to group work. It's been a busy few months, but we all pulled through together. On the sports side, winter sports have been rocking. We had our unified soccer game against Heritage this past Friday, and they did absolutely great. It's been heartwarming to see all the students of all abilities playing together, encouraging each other, and building real teamwork and respect. We also want to give some big props to folks who help make this school run smoothly. It's easy to forget that our staff members are the backbone of student success. Our employees of the year include Teacher of the Year Juliet Agapito, Counselor of the Year Aya Lumba, Clerical Employee of the Year Annette Blount, Safety Custodial Employee of the Year Walter Smouse, and Instructional Services Employee of the Year was Jennifer LaPaglia. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Well, that's it for this semester, and for Paloma Valley ASB, I'm Hannah Ruff, and I'm Kyla Drewer. Have a fantastic rest of your holidays. We'll see you next semester.
I would like to introduce Paris High School student representatives Jaylene Dominguez and Giselle Rodriguez.
Hello, Paris High School Board and Community. I'm Giselle.
And I'm Jaylene, and we would like to show all the Panther highlights and events we had this past month.
On November 20th, we hosted a Panther dinner, bringing the Paris High School community together.
On November 21st, we continue giving back with our basket giveaway to families in need during the holiday season. We also distribute clothing from our school clothing drive, making sure students in need have warm clothes throughout the winter. Thank you to all the students who contributed. Same day, we also featured our girls official soccer team, and they showed out with Panther pride throughout that field. Our boys soccer team took against Rancho 2-0 on November 18th. They showed determination and teamwork and made us all very proud.
Eduardo Piñera scored 1 and Michael Aguilar led the defense.
Go Paris boys soccer!
Fast forward on December 1st, we kicked off our Enchanted Winter Formal Spirit Week. Get ready, Panthers. We filled the week with fun themes, creativity, and of course, Panther pride.
The Spirit Weeks were Monday, December 1st. We read a storybook with Belle. You got to wear your PJs or dress up as your favorite storybook character.
On December 4th, Dreams Beyond the Castle. Wear your future career or show your Panther pride.
And on Friday, December 5th, we wrapped up our Spirit Week with our class words and our winter pep rally. Students showed their spirit for each class. Seniors wore pink, juniors wore blue, sophomores wore white, and freshmen wore purple.
During our rally, we celebrated our amazing Panthers who have had no fights since August. We also celebrated our winter sports achievements, and we also got excited for our Enchanted Winter Formal Ball on December 19th.
It was a magical week full of Panther spirit and celebration and teamwork as we counted down the days to the winter ball.
We're so proud of how our Panthers have shown up for the community, for each other, and for Paris High School.
Throughout this past month, our Panthers really shined.
Thank you for your continued support, and as always, go Panthers!
Item 10.4, CSEA President Cynthia Navarro.
Hello, good evening, President Garcia, board members, Superintendent Dr. Arau, cabinet, and guests. So let's just, this is Scarlett, my daughter. So let's just start off, negotiations, we're still moving forward. We're trying to wrap up successor, hopefully in the coming months. We did have a scheduled negotiation session for Friday. However, we have a switch in our labor rep. We now have Mr. Gary Snyder. So due to a staffing meeting, he won't be available on Friday. So we do have our next negotiation session on Tuesday, the 16th. So we're just hoping to wrap up the last few articles and the campus security, and we are hopeful that we will continue this collaboration. And I do have to say, thank you to the board, because you guys have been so supportive in this, my first year as president. You have been there to hear me, just to be an ear. Your genuine care really shined. So I'm just grateful for that. So thank you so much. And then also the leadership, the cabinet. I want to share some things. So last month, I believe you guys were going to have a special board meeting, and CSEA, we weren't able to ratify. Then the 610, there were things on CSEA's end that we couldn't get it to the regular board meeting. However, Mr. Andrade and Dr. Arau really try to work with us and try to see okay, what can we do? How can we make it on the special board meeting? We try to move everything. However, due to our timelines, it wasn't possible. But they have really been supportive. Everyone here, and not just here at the district, but also at the sites. And yes, I do work at Heritage, and I have to just say it. Mr. Topete has been so supportive in everything I've asked. Hey, so-and-so wants to work at a class. Hey, can we do this? Hey, and he said, yes, Cynthia, let me see what we can do. Hey, if it's legal, we can do it. So if it's in your contract. So it's just, the support is there. And just a shout out to our campus supervisors at Heritage today. There was not a major incident, but there was something going on in the locker room, and one of the teachers on the radio said, "Hey, shout out to the campus supervisors. You guys were so quick to come out. Thank you." And usually, PE, it takes a little bit, but they were so quick because, they're strategically posted at certain areas of the school. So just CSEA, we really bring our heart, our passion every day. And we do a lot. We do care for the kids. We care for our community. And I love representing this body of members. So just thank you. And I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Enjoy your families. Thank you for always being there. And we'll see you next year. Thank you.
Item 10.5, PSEA President Jason Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Campos, for serving as president for the previous year, and to Mr. Garcia, Ms. Anaya, Mr. Stafford, and Mr. Hall in their newly respective roles. Congratulations. PSEA believes it would be helpful for the cabinet and school board members to visit employees at different sites to hear their concerns. The cabinet and school board does not necessarily have to respond, but there is a lot of power in listening to improve our schools. We suggest you begin at Pinacati. That site has concerns amongst members that really speak to both site and district level administration decisions that are impacting both staff and students there. There are also concerns with special education whereby members are concerned about their own safety, especially within the mod severe group. We will explore the safety issue with the district and see if we can come up with safety procedures that do not include weeks and weeks of bureaucratic red tape, but rather real safety solutions where an employee and other students can feel safe in the here and now when extreme student behaviors cause the educational environment to be dangerous. Thank you for this time to speak.
Thank you. Item 10.6, comments by the Board of Trustees. Trustee Campos.
I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Thank you guys for all that you guys are doing, and we're looking forward to the new year. There's always going to be new challenges and new things going on, and we hope that you just got to take some time to recharge your batteries, with upcoming break, and then get ready for the new up and coming school year. So thank you guys for all that you do, and just make sure that you guys are just loving your families and having a good time over the holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Campos. Mr. Hall.
Just want to really what Mr. Campos said, that, Merry Christmas, go home, be with the loved ones and have fun, decompress. But there was something else that I've been asking quite a bit and asking different people. I've been getting different responses, but to my principals, who I just love and respect, you guys are the ones that make this district go round and around, and I appreciate you guys. So my question is, why are you here? I always see you top of your head, you guys are busy doing your thing, and I would like to bring it up to, I don't know, I hear you're here to answer questions, but we never ask you questions. So I want to know if you guys would like to go home. It's just something that, and it's also for my my department there. Yeah. Directors, I'm sorry. I love you guys that are here, but you guys have a long day, you want to get home to the family. So I'm gonna throw it out there that I'm with you guys, maybe to pair up once a month, do a 5-minute spiel on what you want, what you need, what's going on in your school, your sites, and then just rotate it that way. But for you guys to be here every single day and sit there, and you're getting knowledge and seeing what's going on, I get that, but you're here from the time you start to the time we get done. I signed up for this, so I don't know who we go to the board, it's not an action item. I don't know how this became a thing. I don't know.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. I don't know. How do we? Any other responses? What do you guys?
Well, right now it's comments by the Board of Trustees. but if you have something for good of the order, we could talk about that.
What's that?
Maybe at good of the order, we could talk about that, more of a discussion. But right now it's comments.
Oh, well, too late. I'm out of order. Sorry.
It's okay. It's a great point, though.
Biggest fan of the evening.
Hey, I'm just doing
But
right.
be careful opening that door. It's there may be nobody left with us. So, but anyway, I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, holidays, whichever you celebrate, and just extend my message of being kind to someone and caring for someone. It isn't hard. I'll just give an example. We all recycle, right? So you end up with all these bottles and cans at the house, which my wife hates. So I take them and throw them in the back of the car, and I go to the recycle center, but I give it to a homeless person at the recycle center. I don't go. I used to go cash it, but I don't anymore. I give it to the homeless so they can at least have a good day that day. You know, they don't have. That's probably 200 bottles they don't have to pick up. It just might make their day. You know, so you just never know. Saying the right thing isn't always possible, but your actions are what's most important. So show those to your kids and your family, and have a great Christmas. Okay. And Happy New Year. Okay.
Thank you.
Same Happy New Year, Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you guys for, I know it's been wild, a lot of new faces, a lot of new roles, but you guys are doing amazing, and I'm with Chuck. I would love to see you guys home with your families, family oriented, and I love the family unit, and I don't know how Denzel is going to feel about losing his fans, but we'll see about that. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. I like your idea a lot. You know, it's just hard. We all agreed we're going to try and do our best to follow the agenda, so I'm going to stick to comments only for me, even though I have lots of questions, and I really like that idea. But I do want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. That's the first thing. I want to thank everybody for all your hard work. I heard a lot of kudos and working together with every person, not just cabinet, not just principals, not just directors. I'm talking about certificate. I'm talking about classified, everybody, even our vendors. You know, we had the opportunity, some of us had the opportunity going on to a conference, and when we go to the conference, we like to bring information back. We like to bring technology back. We like to bring information back that benefits you all. And I think it's vital that we find a way to deal with the money issues that we've been presented with and keep trying our best to find solutions that are accurate, or what's the word I'm looking for? That best suit our students and how we function. And I know we've had conversations about some AI to simplify tasks and make it easier for you guys, less stress on you guys. We want you guys to go home happy. We want you guys to be able to perform at your best because you're motivated and driven to educate our students. And I just learning so much, you know, even simple communication. And I think one of the experiences we had at the CABSI luncheon was, it was mind-blowing, you know, just to hear how people think. And I've been pushing, well, not just me, excuse me, let me correct myself. We all have been pushing to change the way we think. We don't want to stay behind in times. We want to be ahead of the curve. We want to be pushing hard so that way our students understand how much we really care about them, how driven we are for their success. And if they don't succeed, we fail as leaders, right? And it's not just that. I look a little bit deeper. With our students succeeding, that's our future. Those are our future law enforcement, our doctors. I don't know about you. I'm getting older. I'm not getting younger. If we went backwards, that'd be cool. But I think knowing that I'll be retiring semi-soon, they'll be able to take care of us if we teach them the right way. But if we stay behind, what are our options? we're limited, and I don't like to be limited. I like to be limitless, and I want to keep pressing and pushing and motivating you guys. So whatever it takes, if you guys have ideas, please email the board, please email the cabinet. We're all ears. Every idea. We don't want you guys to think that you can't talk to us. We want communication, and that's how we figure out. If a program's not working, we address it. If we have to tweak it, we address it, but we want everyone to thrive. So that's all I really have to say. But thank you to everybody again for everything you do, and happy holidays. All right, moving on to 11.1, invitation to address the Board of Trustees on non-agendized items.
There are no public comments.
Thank you. Item 12.1, consent calendar. Approval of consent calendar items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hall.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Yes. Thank you for attending, you guys. I said please vote, right? Okay. Item 12.1 passes 5-0. Item 13.1, first interim financial report presentation. There has been a change to the presentation attached to the agenda. A revised version has been provided and will be used for today's presentation. Dr. Williams is going to do the presentation. Come on down. I need Chuck with the punchlines. He's the funny guy.
Good evening, President Garcia and Board of Trustees, staff, community. It is my pleasure to present the first interim budget. You also have, for your leisure reading, the narrative to go along with the budget, hoping that will provide clarity. So here's our agenda for tonight. These are the items that I will be talking through. The most important is really understanding our certification status, giving you an overview of the first interim budget with a comparison from adopted budget. We'll also look at the multi-year data in all aspects. We'll finish off with looking at key fiscal strengths, top concerns, key takeaways, and recommendations for strategic consideration. Our fiscal outlook. At our CBO meeting, there was lots of talk from the Legislative Analyst Office that our current COLA of 3.02 will not hold for the 26-27 school year. It's going to be projected around 2.51 instead of the 3.02. We did not budget because there's still a lot of uncertainty around that number. And until we get clear direction from RCOE, we will continue to budget based on the enacted budget numbers for COLA. We also need to continue to watch potential cuts in our federal funding for homeless and migrant students and English learners and several other programs throughout the next several weeks until we have our governor's proposed budget in January. The good news is across the state, they're hoping to see a 0.9% increase in attendance because of all the opportunities for attendance recovery. So we're excited about that, and kudos to Dr. Egan's and her team for the hard work that they're doing to implement attendance recovery offerings. So the purpose of tonight's meeting is one that is required. We are required to submit 2 interim budgets to assess the fiscal health of the district. And this is our first report of the year. And it covers revenue and expenditure from July 1, 2025 through October 31st, 2025. This first interim also projects current and future revenue and expenditures in the current and 2 consecutive years based on the information that we know and the assumptions that we have. Our first interim, we are recommending to the board a positive certification because based on the current projections, the district will be able to meet its financial obligations for the current and subsequent fiscal years. That is good news. So we send a big, huge packet to RCOE, and these are the various components of the first interim that goes along with that particular packet. I won't read them to you, but just want you to just take a look. Here's some key terms that I just like to make sure that we're all on the same page with. You'll hear me talking about these key terms tonight. Unrestricted revenue, restricted revenue, multi-year financial projections. Our unrestricted revenue, you know, those are the funds that we use that are not subject to legal constraints, but may be used for any purpose of running the district that's not prohibited by law. Restricted programs are those funds that come along with constraints imposed by external resource providers such as grants, CDE, one-time dollars. And our multi-year financials are those projections that are for the current year and 2 subsequent years. In order to file a positive certification, we must be solvent in all 3 years, and we are. Average daily attendance is another one. Just wanted to spell that out so everyone sees it. Cash flow is another part of our packet that will be submitted with our first interim. And then COLA, we're all familiar with that. And then lastly, just calling out, which we sometimes see abbreviated, local control funding formula. So now we'll move into the overview of our first interim budget. And this is just the timeline for our budget cycle for this year. So you heard the adopted budget in June, the enacted budget in August, 45-day, August, September, and then in September we brought to you the unaudited actuals, and here we are in December with our first interim budget. Next, we will come to the board giving you information as it relates to the governor's January budget proposal. So at the very beginning, I talked about focus, and we are coming into better focus. Adopted budget was blurry. We didn't have all the information that we needed, but we worked on those assumptions. Now we're at first interim. We have more information. We have additional revenue. We have additional expenditures. So we are getting more into focus. So great news on this slide here. We are seeing a change in enrollment by 141 students. So that is good news. We're also seeing an increase in our ADA rate from 90.34 to 90.65. And as Dr. Rao says, it's going to be higher this year. So we are excited and looking forward to that. So this is our combined general fund. All of our revenue that comes into the district, $210.5 million. We are getting $172 million in unrestricted and $38.4 million in restricted. And we are seeing that our LCFF is one of the largest contributors to that dollar amount, followed by our other state revenue and local revenue. Our general fund expenditures combined, $221 million. And as you can see there, our certificated salaries, followed by our benefits, and then our classified salary are leading contributors to that dollar amount. Here, we're going to move into doing a comparison between adopted budget in June to first interim budget now in December. And what are some of the changes or variances? So as you see there, for our LCFF, we have an increase of $238,000 and that is because of the 141 students we saw in the previous slide. So that is good news. Next, you'll see an increase of $3.6 million in our local revenue. This is good news. And this is mainly attributed to the $2.4 million in safety credits that are being returned to the district. So we are excited about that. And overall, we're seeing a $3.7 million increase in our revenue. That is good news. Moving on to our unrestricted general fund expenditures, and these are the changes that we see. You're seeing positive numbers, so that means it's going up, it's getting higher, and our certificated salaries increased by $2.3 million, and that's contributed to our salary increase of $3.75 for both certificated, classified, and benefits always follow along with those increases. So, and then one other thing I wanted to point out, in capital outlay, we are designating $741,000 there for some safety equipment. So those are the changes you're seeing in our expenditures from adopted budget, $6 million additional. Contributions. As you can see, we continue to support our special education program, our required routine restricted maintenance program, and you're seeing there special education did increase expenditures from adopted budget to first interim by approximately $1.2 million. Our routine restricted maintenance increased $300,000 approximately because whenever the general fund expenditures increase, we increase in our RMA because it's a percentage of all of our expenditures. So overall, you're seeing an increase to restricted programs in the amount of $1.5 million approximately. Let's take a look at our ending fund balance. There's some great news here. Our beginning balance increased by $6.8 million because at unaudited actuals, we identified $6.8 million additional in what was expected. So therefore, our beginning balance increased. As I shared in the previous slides, we have revenue increase of $3.78 million. That's good news. Our expenditures did increase by $6 million. The one that says transfer in is something that you'll be voting on later in this meeting. 2.185 is a transfer into the general fund to help offset the cost of our routine restricted maintenance. This is good news because it is increasing our ending fund balance. As I shared in the last few slides, contributions increased by $1.5 million. So overall, our ending fund balance for this year is strong. It increased by $5.26 million. And we continue to maintain our 6% reserve. So as we move into multi-year, the news is not always as good. And it does bring our attention to numbers and making decisions. So this is our multi-year, and this is what we are projecting for enrollment. We're seeing a slight decrease in 26-27 and hoping to bounce back in 27-28. We are conservatively budgeting 90.65 until we know more at our P2, and then we hope to see those numbers increase over the current year and the next 2 years. These are our multi-year factors that we are budgeting on, and I wanted to call your attention to our health and welfare benefit. It continues to increase 10% each year. That is a cost pressure that we must continue to monitor. Our COLA, as I shared, is not expected to hold at 3.02, so we are continuing to watch that number and we'll know more and update the board in January.
What was that number one more time that you gave earlier?
2.51 is the talk from the LAO. We're also seeing an increase in our PERS going from 26.81% to 27.80%. We're also being conservative as it relates to our unduplicated account numbers, and we're showing some slight decrease because we don't want to overestimate numbers and have to come to the board and say it wasn't realized. So you will see a slight decrease there in our unduplicated count numbers. So here we're looking at our revenue, and our revenue is starting out for this current year, 172 million, and increasing to 175.6 million in the third year out. The third year out is where we're seeing a larger COLA of 3.42. In 26-27, we're seeing a reduction in our other local revenue compared to 25-26. 25-26, we got the 2.4 million in safety credits that came back to the district. We don't see that large of amount in the out years. Here we're seeing our expenditures continue to rise from 147.2 million to 153.1 million in 27-28. Salary and benefits is our largest contributor to this cost. Multi-year contributions to restricted programs also continue to increase. One of the things I want to point out here is the COVID funds that we're using in 25-26 to mitigate the overall contribution cost is being expended this year, so you don't see it in any of the out years, which is contributing to the increase overall for contributions going from 31 million to 37 million. This is a look at our multi-year for current year and 2 years out. Our decrease in our ending fund balance for this year is 4.4 million. The out year, 10 million approximately. And the third year out, almost $13 million. That tells us that our expenditures are outpacing our revenue. Our ending fund balance, which is very strong this year at $41.3 million, it will decrease to 17.4 million in the third year. So that is cause to pause and reflect on our expenditures. We continue to maintain a 6% reserve. That is a board policy. But we are seeing our assignment from 28 million in 25-26 to 17 million in 26-27 and 3.9 million in 27-28. And that is our structural deficit for current year and 2 years out. The next slide points out some strengths from this budget. We're seeing 141 students additional. We're seeing improved ADA from 90.34 to 90.65. And we're seeing an ADA increase of 0.31. We're seeing significant growth revenue in the unrestricted of 3.79. We're seeing a higher beginning balance than we expected. We're also seeing a increase our ending fund balance of 5.26. We're seeing an increase to our assignments from adopted budget. We're also seeing in this budget LCFF revenue growth continues. Contributions to our restricted programs reflect responsible to support to our programs such as special education and routine restricted maintenance. Our multi-year projections show continued solvency in this 3-year budget cycle, but does give us great concern in the 2 out years. The transfer in of the 2.2 million directly increases our ending fund balance from 39.1 to 41.3. Here are some top concerns to highlight that we've seen in this budget. Our increase in expenditures, which was well deserved for our employees for their salary increase. Our structural deficit shows that our expenditures are exceeding our revenue. The steep decline in the ending fund balance across the multi-year projection. The monitoring of our contributions to our restricted programs is a very important area to consider to review. We're seeing significant drop in local revenue, and that's because we're not getting the safety credits of the $2.4 million as we're getting in 25-26. And again, rising salary and benefit costs outpace funding growth. As we talked about at our last budget advisory, we are overstaffed by approximately 18 teachers, which is costing the district $3.3 million. Key takeaways. The district is in a strong position for 25-26. That is good news, supported by higher ADA, increased revenue, and a healthy fund balance. Long-term sustainability is a concern. As expenditures grow faster than the revenue and fund balance is projected to decline sharply, it is very important that we take necessary steps to mitigate that. Increasing contributions to our restricted programs further strain the unrestricted resources. Transfer in of the $2.2 million does not correct the underlying issue where expenditures are growing faster than revenue. This is a temporary solution, not a long-term fix. Recommendations for next steps through our Budget Advisory Committee. We have been reviewing and analyzing our contracts. We will spend our entire January meeting reviewing expenditures and identifying contracts that can be reduced. Once we are able to do that, then we will begin to work on a fiscal stabilization plan. At our last meeting at the Budget Advisory, we evaluated the staffing ratios, and that's where Dr. Egan's presented to the committee 18 staff members over, and the cost $3.3 million, including salary and benefits. It is also important to perform a program efficiency as it relates to our special education programs, looking at caseload analysis, staffing models, and other areas that can continue to give us insight into the program. Ensure that we're using our Medi-Cal and all of our other funding sources from special education appropriately. Continue to do the work of our attendance recovery initiatives. Again, Ed Services is working extremely hard on this work. They're communicating with principals and staff So I'm very hopeful that we will see increase in our ADA there. Continue to identify our students who are chronic absenteeism will also help to increase our ADA rate. That is all that I have. Are there any questions?
You know what, and I think you answered it. So when you were mentioning on page 12, the COVID funds, that was at $3.2 million. But when you said that the cost, because I was going to ask, is that programs or people, but then when you mentioned the cost and what the cost of the 18 teachers was approximately that amount. Now, the one thing I will say, for me, when we start talking about budget cuts, from my perspective, you always have to start at the top, and we have to start administratively. So if we're given a number of 18 teachers, I want to know how many district office personnel administrators that we're looking at, because I think what I would like to see is an analysis of how we're operating at the district office level, because I know from my perspective and the community's perspective, you want to keep cuts always away from the classroom, which is classified staff, certificated staff. So the first lens that I'm always going to look at, I'm going to disregard that. I'm going to make sure, okay, what are we bringing forward administratively? And so if that's not looked into seriously, then I think we're going to have issues. So we need to make sure that when we present presentations that we're given a full analysis, and maybe we as a team have to go over kind of like the structure, organizational structure from within each department and start looking at what's necessary, what's maybe a luxury, a want, and then kind of going from there. Because I know for me, whenever I look at these kind of budgets and these kind of projections, I'm going to always make the decision to move away from the classroom and start at the top. So in the future, hopefully we can bring some kind of, or we'll have a discussion or analysis, or you can bring us an analysis of comparable to districts like, and if we have the same servicing going on in other districts administratively. But outside of that, I mean, there's good news and bad news. Obviously, hopefully, this is all future projections, and hopefully things change. And with the May revise, all that other stuff, hopefully they're not what they are as we've budgeted for something else. But anyways, that's pretty much it. And so, if you could in the future bring back at least some information on, because you don't have to be specific on administrative positions, but at the same time, we're going to be looking at cutting. It's $3 million. I know for me it's going to be very difficult to approve something that's hitting the classroom immediately. So I would always like to look, okay, where can we cut out if we're administratively top heavy, then we got to make those moves, have those discussions, and then kind of go from there. So that's pretty much it for me. Thank you.
Excellent comments. Mr. Campos, the 18 teachers, I just want to make clear, they're not holding a roster. They're in other positions, such as TOSA positions and things of that sort. And then I also wanted to share that in February, HR will be coming to the advisory committee, looking at staffing. We've also been talking about ratios and things of that sort, so we will be sure to share that information with the board.
Okay.
Thank you for those comments.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I think this is important that the board is aware. Those 18 teachers, $3.3 million, they are not in the classroom. Right? That was a decision that we took last year in February, not to give notice to the teachers because we were not sure, that was in quotation marks, if we were going to need them. We didn't need them in the classrooms. They are assigned, teachers on special assignments, and that is costing $3.3 million. I would completely agree with you that we are here for the students. And if we will be talking about reducing the services for our students in the classroom, I will be the first one also to join you on that. But in this case, it's just services that they are not being provided to the students. And that is the reality. Right? So yes, thank you for mentioning that, right? And for the opportunity to clarify, because it is important to keep that, to know, right? So you can make educated decisions. You were the ones who made the decision, right, last year. So we need to tell them. And I asked Dr. Williams, we need to emphasize that is costing $3.3 million. And it's not for services to the students.
Now, my assumption on that note is, so let's just say, for example, if there are coaches and that are at the site, I mean, that's an indirect service to a student. So if the teachers need other teachers to help them with the technology to make sure they can provide the most current, up-to-date instructional practices as possible, then I can understand that. So I guess what we do need to have is eventually someone send us a list of the 18 positions and exactly what they're doing. Because I know some of them, I thought we were under the impression that it was like 6 to 7 teachers. I didn't realize it was 18. And so that's something that needs to, like I said, these numbers are new to us. So, obviously having that list of kind of where they're identified, and then we can kind of figure out from there how to place them or what we're going to do with them. Because obviously, at the end of the day as well, if we were to move those 18 teachers into the classroom, I don't think anybody would argue that having smaller class sizes might be effective for our math scores, our language arts scores. So regardless of that, I think we still need to make sure that we're looking at what we have structurally, organizationally at the top. But that would be more information that would be very helpful.
Dr. Egan, we prepared a report of the 18 teachers, and the instructional coaches and the support to our teachers are not included in those 18. Are they included?
Well, yes, all the TOSA positions is 18, so some of them are.
Some of it, but not everybody. Yeah, so you can find out and you can see what is happening there.
Thank you.
And we did share the PowerPoint that Dr. Egan's prepared that lists the different categories and how many is in each of those categories. And that's probably something we could also send out as well. Thank you, Mr. Campos.
Any other questions?
I'm gonna hold on.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I want to just give a big thank you to Mimi Capistrano for her leadership and fiscal services. I couldn't be as thorough as I am if she didn't prep me and give me the opportunity to learn alongside of her. And just thank you to the entire business services team. It takes a team to do the work, and I'm just so pleased to lead alongside of them. So thank you.
Item 14.1, discipline. November 2025 monthly suspension and expulsion report. Item 15.1, personnel, certificated personnel action items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Ms. Anaya, second. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's okay. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. (15.1) passes 5-0. 15.2, personnel, classified personnel action items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hall.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Any discussion? See none, please vote. (15.2) passes 5-0. 15.3, personnel, approval of hourly rate increase for student workers. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Anaya. Any discussion?
This is the driver.
No, student.
This is student.
Okay. I'm too soon.
Okay. Any more discussion? See none, please vote. (15.3) passes 5-0. 15.4, personnel, approval of salary increase for California School Employees Association and its chapter Paris Valley 469 unit members. Fiscal impact. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Is that Mr. Hall? Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Anaya. Is there any discussion? See none, please vote. (15.4) passes 5-0. 15.5, personnel, Memorandum of Understanding between the Paris Union High School District and the California School Employees Association and its chapter Paris Valley 469 regarding the new job classification description, van driver student transportation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Anaya. Any discussion?
I'm a little confused. We had an email recently about the transportation difficulties with Hemet, and we're looking at some other vendors for transportation. That I think Mrs. Wade.
Mr. Alfredo, can you come forward, please?
So this position is actually to be able to help PALS for special ed. So during the day, they will be transporting students to their location, but in the morning and in the afternoon is in case Hemet Transportation has any issues with the transportation and they have delayed. We don't have special ed students just waiting for the bus and that could trigger behaviors and things like this. So we will utilize these van drivers to be able to transport them home. And then for any other necessity that the district may need, because we're short-staffed with the Hemet Unified Bus Drivers.
Okay. So how many positions was this?
This would be two van drivers.
Okay. The concern, the downtime in between when they're doing the pickup and drops off.
So they'll be utilized to be transporting students throughout the day to different locations.
Okay.
So instead of, because of the new law that passed about the drivers as well for special ed, we would be utilizing them to take them to the different locations across wherever they need to go to for their services.
Okay. So I think my question is, we're not going to take them and say, hey, we need you to do deliveries now.
That's correct.
Take this furniture over to Heritage.
That is correct.
Okay, so they're just the drivers for
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's outlined in the job description.
I'd be tempted to. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Any more discussion or questions? See none, please vote. (15.5) passes 5-0. 15.6 personnel approval of revised job description and reclassification of field supervisor of nutrition services to assistant director of nutrition services, including a change in salary placement funded through Nutrition Services Fund 13, not the general fund. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Is there a second?
Second.
Who was the second?
Oh, Jamie.
Mrs. Anaya. Thank you. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 15.6 passes 4-1. Item 15.7 personnel extension of employment agreement for the Chief Human Resource Officer. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 15.7 is a 5-0. Item 15.8, Building and Grounds, Resolution Number 162526, Resolution of the Board of Trustees of the Paris Union High School District relating to information made available to the public in the form of statutory school facility fees, including alternative school facility fees, reportable fees, report for fiscal year 2024-2025, reportable fees report, and findings therein in compliance with Government Code Section 66006 and 66001. No fiscal impact. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. And a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Any discussion? See none, please vote. 15.8 passes 5-0. 15.9 business resolution number 152526. Certification of unhoused pupils as related to charter school application for facilities funding for Newview Bridge Early College High Charter School application for the Office of Public School Construction, OPSC. Do I have a motion?
So
Was that Mr. Campos?
Yes.
All right. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Any discussion? No discussion? Please vote. $15.9 passes 5-0. 15.10 business. Approval of the 25-26 fiscal interim financial report with a positive certification of the Paris Union High School District's financial condition, no fiscal impact. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Anaya. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 1510 passes 5-0. 1511 business authorization for purchase of capital equipment above $10,000 December 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Is there a second?
Second it.
That was pretty close. Mrs. Anaya? Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 1511 passes 5-0. 1512 business authorization for purchase orders above $50,000 December 2025. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Is there a second?
Second it.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Any discussion? See none, please vote.
I think mine's stuck on 1511. Okay, there we go.
$1512 passes 5-0. 1513 security weapons detection systems follow-up discussion. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Campos. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Any discussion? John Hannon will be doing a presentation.
Good evening. We're going to talk about the cost of the presentation that you saw at the special board meeting for the two systems, the Evolve system and the CHIA system. Okay. So the Evolve system, the cost for the system, the initial first year cost for the system is up there at $476,000 and change. And then beneath that is the staffing. And then I'll brief on the Plan A, Plan B of the staffing so you can see the difference in those numbers. And then it's $508,000 for the CHIA system, and that system, there's more systems that we'll be purchasing because that system would be for multiple entrances to the campuses, where the Evolve camp would just be a single entry cost. Okay. Also in there for the Evolve system, there are unknown costs to make all the schools capable of the single point entry. Liberty High School, Heritage High School, because of the parking lots and the way that the entrances are done, we would have to change all that, and I have no idea what that would look like. We would have to look into that and manage that and see what that cost would be. Okay. So Plan A is we would have to add 2 additional campus supervisors, 8 hours a day. The reason why we picked 8 hours was we have additional issues on different campuses that we would be able to address with these folks going 8 hours. Just a good example is Liberty High School. Some of you guys were out there and saw the problems that they have in the mornings with the traffic, as well as in the afternoons. These additional people would only do this, be there for the egress for the security system, but they'd also be there to deal with the problems in the afternoons. One campus supervisor for Tennessee and Paris Lake because of the additional work the system would create. The cost for the 8 hours is $431,000. For the high schools, the total being $640,000 per year for the 8-hour additional bodies. Plan B is 5 hours, same amount of folks, only 5 hours. They would be there in the morning. They would be able to assist with the system. They could also assist up to and through the lunch hours, and then they would be gone for the rest of the day. So any of the problems that we have after lunch, we would continue to have and have to figure out how to address. Total cost there, $439,000 for each school. Additionally, for both plans, we would ask for a clerical person to be at each device, and that would be because we can't send laptops through. So this person would be there to grab the laptops and monitor that we're only taking laptops out of our bag and coming through, not taking the gun and putting it down and coming through and then putting the gun back in the backpack. So we want to make sure that we're only bringing in stuff to the campus that should be there. The numbers are from fiscal. They're total inclusive, benefits and everything. And it's based on a third step campus supervisor. And that's just if we hire somebody and they don't come in at first step, we're going to be covered money-wise. We're not going to come back and say, we overspent because we didn't plan for that. Okay, so those numbers could be lower if we go first step on everybody that we hire. This is a comparison of Plan A, what it would look like from year to year on both systems. Year one is the most expensive because we have to purchase the equipment. So the Evolve is over 1.1 million. And the Chia system is 1.14. It's more expensive because we're getting more devices. The second year, the number goes down, depending on, this is the Plan A. The increase with the Evolve system is that there's an $86,000 a year support fee that we have to pay with that system. And then again, not to mention any changes we have to make for the single point entry. And then this is Plan B. It's cheaper, it's 5 hours, and that's the amount for the next 4 years, and the $86,000, of course, for the support fee. And as I do this presentation, I'm trying not to make eye contact with Dr. Williams after her presentation about deficit spending. I don't want to get the evil eye. Okay, I also included the entrances from last time so you can see what we're talking about, multiple entrances. We would place these devices at the main entrance and the bus entrance at all the schools, and we'd have to figure out something to do with the SPED entrance at each school. The numbers of the students are a lot lower, so we can figure something out, even if that means moving them to the main entrance. And then Paloma would have an additional entrance because they have 3 now, but with the new opening of the office, that may change. Okay, so that's the presentation. Any questions I can answer for you, I'll do so now.
So maybe my math's not mathing, but how is Evolve cheaper than, how do you say it? Check.
Or Open Gate is easier. I call it Open Gate because that's the name of their system. So with the Evolve system, we're buying a double system for the main entrance. For the Open Gate system, we have a double system for the main entrance, but we have another system for the secondary entrance because we're going to have 2 entrances per campus. So Evolve will only have 1 entrance. So we have to buy another system for the second entrance because we won't have it. If we do get a second, for the number would skyrocket.
Well, I know we're here in the same meeting. Like I said, maybe my math's just not adding up. But if Evolve for a dual system is $100,000, and what do you call it?
Open Gate.
Open Gate is $18,500.
Right.
How is it cheaper?
Can you explain how many systems are actually like 18?
Okay, so for Che it's 18 per single, like the one he demonstrated here. So that system's $18,000. So we would get 2 of those systems at the front, And then we would get one of those systems at the side.
Right.
For the, and that's 18,000 apiece.
Right, for a set.
For the Evolve system, it's the, and I think you saw it on the screen, it's the middle walkthrough and there's two on the side and people can walk through two sides. That's the one system, and what's it, 83,000? It's like 84,000 for that one system. So that's what the difference is.
I understand that, but I also understand the sensitivity of how it could be adjusted with the gate. Sorry.
Open gate.
Open gate. I'm just trying to understand. We saw the presentation. We saw the lack of information Evolve had to offer, technology, and cost more resources to provide with Evolve than it would with Open Gate. So I'm just kind of confused. I'm more of a visual.
The system's the same amount of people to run both systems. The difference would be that we would run two entrances. So the Open Gate system would run about 1,200 students through the main gate,
right.
600 through to the west gates or side right. gates. Where the Evolve system would run all the students through the one. If that makes sense.
So with Evolve, there would only be one entrance.
There would only be one entrance.
Compared to the Open Gate, there's two entrances.
Correct. So we would, we're going to be funding one additional entrance each school, but we're still funding it at $18,000.
Right, and then the other issue we're dealing with is with Evolve, we have to pay an annual fee, and it's a 3 or 4 year contract. But with Che,
right.
we own it outright at $18,500. So if we have 2 units, that's about $40,000, right? So like I said, my math's not mathing, and I understand the logistics. I'm not talking nonsense. I'm just asking why does it appear cheaper?
If you do the math, 18,000 at 18 units.
Yes.
And then we're including, I'm sorry, I didn't say this earlier. We're including CMI in the units, and CMI can purchase them if they want. I did not include them in the staffing, but it's 18 units, so 18 times 18 plus the staffing.
Right. So I saw a lot of perks with Che, battery packs, dual battery packs, mobile. Evolve, it's not mobile, it's going to be more of a struggle for whoever has to handle the product to put it at the gates, put it up, and after they're done
You
utilizing
also have
it.
the power situation with Evolve.
Yeah.
It's power, you have to figure out power at the gates to power it, where the Chase system, we can just walk it out there and plug it in, hook it up and go.
It just sounds more efficient and durable.
So let me explain the difference. So for the CHEA system, we're actually purchasing 18 systems that we're doing the upgraded version, which comes out to, with battery and everything, is about 23,700. So that's 18 total units. For Evolve, we would only be purchasing 2 dual lane and 6 single lane. So we would only be purchasing 8 units.
Got it.
Instead of the 18 units. That's the difference.
And again, the Evolve system has the unknown costs, which also include the power costs and everything.
So that also, you're saying that drives up our electricity bill as well, where we're already dealing with issues and cutting refrigerators out of the teachers' classrooms and heaters and warmers and all that good stuff.
Sure, yes.
Got it.
The other option that you have too is a very portable system, so we can utilize this system at our football games very easily.
With Che.
With the Open Gate system, it's just easier to, like you were saying earlier, you could have a system working during the day while the batteries are charging, and then switch them out. You could actually run that system all day on the batteries.
Right. What was the projection time? 16 hours?
6 hours per battery. So you get 12 hours, but while one's working, another one could be charging.
Absolutely.
And you can swap them out and just keep doing that all day.
Absolutely. Okay.
So you wanted to talk about the campus,
And
the classroom.
I was informed that we have to make a motion to give direction with what product and what option we're looking at.
So that was actually going to be my question: is what are we? It's an action item. What are we actually voting on?
So what we're looking for is direction as to what system we want to evaluate. We still have to do. We're talking with Keenan. We should get an update from Keenan by tomorrow about a complete safety assessment to our sites and to our department. And we're also going to be working with creating a survey to go out to parents and to our staff to see what they're thinking about the metal detectors, whether we want them, or what are their feelings. Once we have all that information, we can package it up and bring it to the board and say, okay, this will be the actual cost, this will be the actual, because now we know which system we're leaning towards, and how we're gonna staff it, how we're gonna do it, and with feedback from our staff and our sites and our parents.
So it's just the system we're voting on?
I'll make the motion to go with the Che open gate system.
I second it.
Thank you, Mr. Campos and Mr. Hall. Any more discussion?
A couple of things.
Yes, sir. Do you want to call any of them up?
Well, Alfredo, maybe, either one of you can answer this. The durability, those things look like plastic to me. Like, as soon as a student does some kicking, you don't have a system.
If you remember the presentation, the systems have been, I guess, operational since 2011, and they're still working today, and they've been in different, they've been in schools, they've been in airports, they've been in federal buildings, they've been in federal prisons, federal courthouses. So they take a licking and keep on ticking is what we're been told. And if it doesn't, if it fails, they'll send us another one.
Okay. Wow.
But like anything, yes, I'm sure there'll be wear and tear on it. Like anything we have, we're in a school that's high school students, they're gonna brutalize this stuff. But like you said, if they can break it, you'll send us a new one.
Yeah, and I do recall it within 24 hours.
In 24 hours, exactly.
That was pretty timely, so.
So that's, if they break it, we're covered.
That's yes, and we'll, in the part of our process, we'll, that's gonna be in our contract to make sure that we're covered, because I'm not gonna pay him another $23,000 if he said he's gonna give it to us.
Yeah. Okay, the other statement I had to make, I on here it says follow-up discussion, doesn't say anything about authorizing the purchase.
Right.
We're not authorizing purchase. We're
Authorizing.
authorizing the students.
To
Go with one system and explore all the options for this system.
So then we can change our mind later? Or what?
I don't see
So
why
we're
not.
testing a system? Yeah.
We should.
Yeah,
We should be able to.
we're not purchasing nothing right now.
Is it possible to get the graphics that were put up there emailed to us that way? I mean, it would have been nice to have them on the presentation so we can be looking at it as we're discussing things, but if you can get a copy of that, that would be great.
Fiscally, would this be better to do this next fiscal year, or? It's a lot of money. I know they split that cost in half by having the double units, but I'd be happy with the test.
We're not budgeted.
We haven't
Right now.
budgeted for it, and I just thought we were still discussing it. Maybe somebody had other options, but it's just the point of: are we still discussing, or are we buying something? Anybody? And I think you're going to tell me what you just told me, and I don't remember.
Yeah, so we're not authorizing to purchase. So we would have to bring that contract to you, and we will review the contract and things like that. We're looking for direction as to which of the two systems you want us to explore, so we can go and do all the backward, all the actual things that we need to do with the survey and our safety assessment to make sure that this is the option, and then bring that to the board and say, this is gonna be the actual cost, this is the contract, this is how it's gonna work, these are, and then that's what we do.
Okay.
So in terms of timing, when we're looking at survey, all that other stuff, if we were to move forward with the purchase, obviously we got to figure out our budget projections and what's going on in January and obviously May. But what are we looking at in terms of implementation, should we go that route?
So we're hoping to have the survey out to the staff and to the parents hopefully by the beginning of January. Depends on how long we want to keep the survey open, depends on, I think it would depend on how much response that we get. And then, so hopefully we can bring that to the board probably mid-January, the results of the survey. The assessment, we'll be talking with Keenan and we'll set a timeline with them to see how long they're gonna take. Like I said, we have a discussion with them, we'll have something by tomorrow, and then we'll have a better timeline when we would be able to implement everything. In addition, we're still negotiating the security aspect of that with CSTA, so that also encompasses this. And we also have to negotiate the effects implementing the laws and implementing the metal detectors if that's the direction we're going to be moving forward.
I guess my recommendation or request would be for just the site administrators to make sure that they're making sure that the parents are looking at this. This was a pretty big decision in terms of purchase and also just the safety of the children. So, I'm hoping that it's a conversation that every parent is having with other parents, with community members, just because obviously the safety of their children is extremely important, and for them to not, I know parents don't read everything, but just to kind of make sure that they know, hey, this is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one where he did the demo for it. Yeah. Any more discussion? And then I would encourage all the board members to read the amended motion number 1 in yellow, please. And so we have a motion by Mr. Campos and a second by Mr. Stafford. Oh, Mr. Hall, pardon me. All right, any more discussion?
Are we picking at one or?
Yeah,
Mr.
Campos made a recommendation.
Yeah, or go ahead and read the red or the yellow that way.
Okay, yeah. It is recommended that the district move forward with the implementing of CHE, weapons detection system, and begin gathering utilization data. Is that accurate for what we're looking for? We're all in agreement?
Yes.
Okay. Any more discussion then?
Oh.
I just got a text message from one of my staff members that we will have to go out to bid because of the cost.
Okay, so where does that put us?
So we can't just select one.
Or you gotta put it up for
We
bid.
have to go
So
out.
do we make a motion to make an RFP?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, I thought the board had, 1 second.
Carmen, our director of purchasing.
Hello.
So I don't know if the plan is to purchase the equipment and then have the same vendor install the equipment, or if it's to purchase the equipment and then have a different contractor install it. So we have a couple different things we have to consider here. So for buying the equipment, the installation portion is Public Works. And so we would have to go out to a formal bid, not an RFP, a formal bid for the equipment, and then we would have to select. You can pick the type of equipment that you prefer, right? And so in the specification, we would build the details out that these are all the things that we want to do, and we can say like this is the brand that we're looking at. But the bidders are able to submit a like product, so they're able to say, oh, we have this product that meets all of the specifications that you have outlined here, so we'd like this product considered.
So if I could correct you, this is a portable unit. It's not to be installed, and so it would be placed in a location of our choosing at that time of the event or the day. So it's for day-to-day operation.
So then I misunderstood that
That's
portion.
okay.
So then the Public Works portion is out of it, but we still do have to do a formal bid because I assume this will be over $114,800
For as many units
for
as
as
we're
many
purchasing.
units as we're buying for the district. So if it's over $114,800, then we're required by law to go out for a formal bid.
Do we have to buy them all
Can
at once?
I ask the board? I understand what I'm hearing, but some reason that doesn't sit right with me. Can we seek legal counsel on that? Because this is a safety issue for us, and we're trying to prevent matters from happening, right? So we do have that authority to purchase a specific product for that specific topic we're talking about, correct?
I guess you know what. So maybe for our better understanding, with what we have sitting today, so we haven't obviously purchased an item. All we're doing is discussing the vendor, and so obviously there's other things that need to get to that point. So at that point, if we have made the decision as a collective unit, would it then at that point when it's the request for bid here? Is that when we do it? So that are we saying that other companies can then compete for that?
Yes.
Okay. So we'd have to basically undo what we've done, redo it again, And then vendors would come in, make their presentations based on whatever information you're saying, whatever qualifies it for that, and then move forward from there.
There is one other option, which is if we're able to find a piggyback bid that we're able to use to purchase the equipment. So then that way, yeah, if you did choose a particular product and we were able to find a piggyback bid that meets all of the legal requirements, then we could purchase the one that you selected.
So can I ask, because I know a neighboring school district has one of the companies that we're not talking about. Can we find out if they went to bid? Because I don't believe they went to bid on that product. And the company we're talking about has more, not components, but technology that we're looking for, including the detection of vates as well.
And let me just add in, President Garcia, when we wanted to go out, we wanted to skip the bidding process on the transportation vendors. This is, a safety issue. We need to get this done. And Arbach and Huff goes, nope, hold up. You have to go out to bid. So I know that Arbach and Huff are going to back us up with, it being a legal requirement. It could end up being an audit finding if we don't follow the process. Because you have vendors out there who's hearing this conversation right now, and they're going, oh, my product. So Carmen is right in leading and guiding the district to make sure that we are doing the process correctly.
And just to kind of answer your question really quickly about the neighboring district, it would be a better option to consult with legal than to consult with the neighboring district, because whether or not they wanted to bid, they may or may not have followed
That was my
correct
suggestion,
process.
yes.
So we could look into that and see if they did or not, but it's best to consult with legal because again,
Yes, that was
just
my
because somebody
original
else did it
suggestion.
doesn't mean they did it the right way.
And
Thank
so on that, can we just see if legal can turn around and take a look and see maybe they can find piggyback contracts that are there, and we go from there.
And Carmen is excellent at doing that work, so she'll also do the research to see if there's a piggyback out there. As coming to board tonight, the Aries contract is because of the hard work Carmen has done looking for piggybacks. So that'll be first for us to do, and then if we're unable to do that, then we'll reach out to Arbuck and say, hey, this is what we're going to do to make sure that the district is secure and that we don't face any liability from vendors who are saying, what about me, what about me?
I think one of the concerns is, which thank you very much everybody for the incredible information you're giving us, but one of the concerns is how do we serve the community in a timely manner? So if I'm going to ask if we have to come back for a special board meeting to resolve this or expedite the process, are you guys willing to do something like that?
Well, I think we can separate kind of two. This, I think, is obviously what the community's input's going to be.
Exactly.
Is not on hold. I mean, that we can go out and start asking, see what the community wants. So that shouldn't be put on hold. Everything else, I think, is
right.
Is pretty much we wait for the process, make sure that we're doing everything legal.
Okay.
I think I don't think in terms of the other stuff, it's not contractual. I think we should do that as soon as possible.
So we could still give directives for them to collect the data? There you go. Huh? I believe we can then.
So, President Garcia, we're looking to do this, to speed this process up. I see where you're going.
No, I felt that was a delay. So I just want to make sure we're still moving to collect the data that they're requesting.
Oh, that Alfredo had
And
detailed to
that
us?
the district is collecting. Yeah,
Oh.
they want to do the surveys and get that information on where,
Oh, yeah, that
what
can
type
all
of,
happen at once.
that's what Mr. Campos is saying. And we're all in agreement. I just think we're being,
Well, it's a big
informed with
purchase and we
information.
just got that budget in, so
Yeah.
we have to kind of consider all the factors here.
Absolutely.
And I still would like to hear more from Dr. Williams if this is financially feasible for us.
Yeah.
To take it all on at once. I don't know. There's other parts we could do. John would advise us.
Well, we're not talking about purchasing. We're talking about gathering
the information.
The information,
Okay.
correct.
Okay. But that would be part of her fiscal analysis of whether, can we afford this?
Yeah,
So-
I agree. Obviously, that's a conversation we definitely have to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're costly, but.
Okay, then, so what are we voting on?
So at this point, did we even get a result of this? Because then
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Omit the table that part.
Well,
Aren't we just approving one or the other? Or
You still
our
approve.
our-
That's, yeah. So I still think we should move forward with collecting the data with the surveys. You know, maybe not necessarily the system itself. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I understand all the things, the hoops we have to jump through, but collecting the data is not something that's gonna cost us anything here. Not to put that out to bid or anything. I suggest, if with your permission, that we move forward with collecting the data, doing the surveys, and seeing where, at least see where the community and their staff stands on this issue. Because you may get that data back and go, we're not gonna move any forward, and all this doesn't matter. So we should move with, at least move on with that.
So do we have to change the motion and just put, you know, gathering the utilization of the data? So, without the detection system itself, you mentioned. So does someone want to make a motion for that, or?
Well, I thought
That's what
you
we're
wanted to test the system. We just
No,
don't
we
want to
had,
buy.
we had a demo. But
No,
they
I mean
needed
on the
ga-
site.
I'm sorry?
At a site, is to see how it really, I thought there was gonna be a test period. They were gonna come in, just like the camera people would come in and do a test. The camera people were, wasn't there a length of time they needed to do it? Remember we were gonna have those detection type cameras?
Oh,
Remember?
during COVID.
Yeah.
Wow, I think that was a different.
I don't know what company that was.
Did they offer a test process before we buy them?
They all will do that. The issue is, you need to, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're gonna put it out to bid, you probably wanna, if 4 companies come back and say, we have a product, and you wanna look at all products, and you have 4 schools, you can put all, one at each school and test it out. If it's only 2, you test out 2. If you wanna do that, you can do that.
And that would have to be worked out through the bidding process.
The bidder, yeah. Whoever wins that process.
Yes.
And each of them will have the opportunity to put it in one of our schools and test it, but it should be all under the same circumstances, so everybody would have a fair look at all the components of the material and make sure that it works for us in all situations.
Okay. And the wands, you can test anytime.
Well, we have ones, we're not giving them back.
That's up to you. When you decide. Dr. Rouse.
Okay, so then I will make a motion that the district will move forward with gathering data for the utilization without picking a detection system. Are we good on that?
Yes.
All right, can we get a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Anaya. Any more discussion? All right, please vote. That was a great conversation.
It opened up into more questions.
Right, 15, I'm sorry?
I think that was for the original motion, that it was kind of in pause.
Right.
And then it went, so that was on the CHA, because we didn't get a screen for the new motion.
She's fixing it.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, we all good with this language now? Okay, any more discussion? See none, please vote then.
Sorry.
That's okay, that's okay.
No.
We're gonna be here all night then. Do that.
1513 passes 5-0. All right, 16.1 curriculum. Revised career technical education course under the Agri-Science pathway, agriculture biology. 16.2 curriculum. Revised career technical education course under agricultural business pathway, agricultural economics. 16.3 revised career technical education course under the agricultural mechanics pathway, agricultural mechanics. 16.4 curriculum revised career technical education course under the agricultural multi-pathway, agricultural sciences and systems. 16.5 curriculum revised career technical education course under the agricultural business pathway, agricultural government. 16.6 curriculum revised career technical education course under the agricultural business pathway, AG environmental horticulture. 16.7 curriculum revised career technical education course under the animal science pathway, anatomy and physiology in veterinary science. 16.8 curriculum, revised laboratory science course study, earth science. 16.9 curriculum, revised career technical education under the agriculture and natural resource ornamental horticulture pathway, environmental horticulture science. 16.10 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the systems diagnostic service and repair pathway, RCOE advanced auto service technician, formerly known as CTE auto service tech 2. 1611 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the film video production pathway, RCOE advanced digital film production, formerly known as RCOE digital film production 2. 1612 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the games and simulations pathway, RCOE advanced game scripting. 1613 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the public service pathway, RCOE advanced law enforcement. 1614 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway, RCOE advanced medical assisting clinical. 1615 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway, RCOE advanced sport medicine. 1616 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the software and systems development pathway, RCOE advanced systems programming, Python, formerly known as RCOE systems programming 2. 1617 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the networking pathway, RCOE advanced digital path, cyber AI sports, esports, formerly known as RCOE advanced esports and game design. 1618 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the film video production pathway, RCOE applied digital film production, formerly known as RCOE digital film production 3. 1619 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway, RCOE applied medical assisting clinical, formerly known as RCOE advanced medical assistant clinical 2. 1620 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the systems diagnostics service and repair pathway, RCOE intermediate auto service technician. 1621 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the film video production pathway, RCOE intermediate digital film production, formerly known as RCOE digital film production 1. 1622 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the games and simulations pathway, RCOE intermediate games scripting. 1623 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the public service pathway, RCOE intermediate law enforcement. 1624 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway, RCOE intermediate sports medicine. 1625 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the software and systems development pathway, RCOE intermediate systems programming fundamentals, formerly known as RCOE systems programming 1. 1626 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the public safety pathway, RCOE introduction to public service leadership, formerly known as RCOE leadership development. 1627 revised career technical education course under patient care pathway, RCOE medical ethics, formerly known as medical ethics. 1628 curriculum, revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway, RCOE medical terminology, formerly known as medical terminology. 1629 curriculum, revised career technical education course under animal science pathway, AG chemistry. 1630 curriculum, new career technical education course, agriculture mechanics 2. 1631 curriculum, new middle school laboratory science course, advanced 8th grade science. 1632 curriculum, new middle school social science course of study, advanced 8th grade U.S. history. 1633 curriculum, new social science course, AP macroeconomics and government, pending A through G approval. 1634 curriculum, new career technical education course, RCOE advanced res construction, pending A through G approval. 1635 business, revolving cash report, November 2025. Wow. All right. 17.1 closed session is necessary. Do we need to go to close?
Not necessary. President Garcia.
That's great news. Okay. 18.1. Okay. Moving on. 19.1. Discipline. Board review of discipline matters. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Stafford, is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Anaya. Any discussion? And do you guys mind if we wait for, okay. So if you all be patient, waiting for a board member to come back.
I had such a resolve place for Thanksgiving training. So it's all by instead of using the request number.
All right, we are on 19.1. We have a motion by Mr. Stafford, and we have a second by Mrs. Anaya. Any discussion? See none, please vote on 19.1. (19.1) passes 5-0. Item 20.1, other items by the superintendent.
Yes, President Garcia. First of all, I want to, in terms of Mr. Hall's request about our principals and our directors, all we need from the board is direction about what you would like to release the principals and the directors, and we will make it happen. So you can provide that direction, and their next topics is one of the action items that is coming up. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services and the wonderful team, all the directors that work under Dr. Higgins, for the excellent accomplishments that they are doing so far at this time. And just in advance for you, we are going to go in detail, in-depth analysis of this during the State of the District address that is going to be on February 6th. And also thank you for getting ready for this wonderful event. I'm just going to be mentioning a little bit about what Ed Services has been focusing, studying actually less than a year ago, and one of them is the attendance. From 88.5% that we had when we started last year to 90.65, that is a 2.15% increase of attendance. And this accomplishment was a result of everybody working together with the support of the principals also during this semester and last semester. Yeah, we were able to do that. Our goal, and that's true, we have mentioned that we have 3 different ways of attendance recovery, and that's why I'm confident that with all the support of our team, we will get at least 94%. We will get there. I'm confident of that. I believe in you. I believe in the team, right? That we are going to be there. Yes. I'll get see. Imagine getting 3 years of college education. Mr. Topete, thank you for implementing the first pilot program of the To the board, thank you for supporting us with the MOU for Cal State San Bernardino. And we are still looking at some other options. There are some private universities. I can have the opportunity to share this with our counselors, with Dr. Marion, Mr. Topete. I think I mentioned this to Dr. Higgins. Some options that we have in case that we have something missing, 1 course or 2 courses at the end of the 2 years, we have a potential solution for that. So we will make this happen with all your support. So thank you for that. CTE classes. We have a wonderful program in our school. When I met with Trustee Anaya and I share all the CTE pathways that we have, she said, I didn't know about this. And I have asked to make a presentation to the board to look into the wonderful programs that we have and the ones that we are working on, right? Even everybody is a team effort. Even human resources with Mr. Andrade, with his experience in the private sector, he is also helping us to implement one of the programs of CTE. that we want to work on. IOA, Inland Online Academy. Dr. Williams mentioned about an increase in enrollment, about 100 and something students. That is reflected in the Online Academy. Besides that, we are providing wonderful Dr. Tomassian, all the team, yeah? For years, we have projected enrollment on the former online program, and I want to mention, on the format of about 40 students. And we ended up with 15, 12, right? So this year we have, how many so far, Dr.?
151.
151. Almost 15,000, 15 more times. That is a 1,500%, right? Increase in terms of Inland Online Academy. The mariachi program, thank you to Ms. Jones and Mr. Garcia for supporting the program. Hopefully, we are going to be visiting the program and see if we are ready for the Star Spangled Banner and at least the mariachi logo. We might not be ready, right? I understand. This is the beginning. This is the beginning, yes. But Ms. Jones, I went to the performance at Chiricari. Yeah, they played really good. Yes, we will get there. Yeah, we will get there. If not by February 6th, Mr. Garcia, maybe by February 10th, right? Yeah. But we will get there. Yeah. Thank you to all of you. Addressing also what Mr. Campos mentioned in terms of the administrators, I know we are always focusing on actionable data. And we can take action, but we need to have the data. I don't know if it's Dr. Williams or Dr. Egan's, in terms of the average number of administrators based on the kind of districts, K-12, high school districts, and the number of students. If we can get that data, please, because if we need to make adjustments, we will make them. We will make them, because you have an excellent point, you raised that. And we will address that. Dr. Williams, thank you for all your support in this time that you have been with us. We closed a 24-25 school year with a projected deficit spending of $4 million. We closed the books in September, $6 million on the black. And that is reflected on what you saw today, that we are having projected deficit spending for this year of $4 million again. But last year, the projected deficit spending for this 25-26 school year was almost $10 million. So if we subtract the 6 that we were in the black, that's why we have these 4. There is a lot of work to do. But with your support, with the support of the board members who are going to attend, and some of you have attended our budget meetings, we are going to get there. And we need you. We encourage you to attend, please, to those meetings, because we need your input. We want you to know what's going on, and that is not going to be coming a recommendation from Dr. Williams. It's everybody, students, teachers, parents, community members, association, administrators, and board members. So thank you for organizing that. Thank you for being proactive in looking at the fiscal forecast. Because you already identified, we are doing okay now, this year. But we are seeing what is coming in the future. Let's start working now on that. So thank you for doing that. Mr. Andrade, thank you also for your wonderful job with both associations. You were able to negotiate, actually with the 4 of them, the contracts, right? Some memorandums of understanding. In the collaboration, you saw CSEA, how they appreciated your work and being so supportive in order to help them overcome some potential challenges or obstacles that they might be facing. So that is wonderful. Thank you also for taking care of technology. You are doing a wonderful job together with James, for taking care also of safety. That doesn't belong to HR. But that was a division that we did last year because we then replaced the 4th assistant superintendent. We have 4 assistant superintendents. You remember that, right? That we have technology and innovation, and we distributed those responsibilities. Dr. Egas took over the instructional coaches, and they are providing the support that Mr. Campos was mentioning that indirectly is going to go to our students. And I could say not that indirectly, right? Probably directly, because if you support the teachers, that is going to transfer right away into our students. Our students cannot learn if they don't feel safe. Our staff cannot teach if they don't feel safe. And we have made a tremendous improvement in terms of safety. Thank you for your support also with the metal detectors, and we are going to be looking into that. But I need to say this. I need to say thank you to all the campus supervisors, our staff, our principals, our teachers, for working together with Mr. Hannon to reduce the number of fights that have been happening in our schools. You are going to be amazed. You are going to be surprised when we present the data at the State of the District Address, February 6th, right? Because it's a huge decrease. I can tell you just an idea. Last year, first semester at this time, we have 18 fights at one of our high schools. This semester, 2. From 18, 3. Yeah, from 18 to 3. It's still right. It's a huge decrease. But look, the perspective and the philosophy of our administrators is wonderful. I need to mention this. We monitor the discipline, fights, dates on a weekly basis. We get the data, and that is the first thing that we analyze in our cabinet meetings on Mondays. We meet with Mr. Hanna. We identified a trend that we didn't have fights at this school, and I want to, not that many, and I want to be very specific here at Heritage High School. And then we saw an increase. Always we make an analysis, go back to the administration, what is happening, how can we support you? We debrief, right? But Mr. Tupete, this is an example of authentic leadership and take responsibility. I will not forget when Mr. Hannon comes and he said, I talked with Mr. Topete and he said, you know what? This is not a campus supervisor's issue. It's us, as administrators. During this week and the previous week, we were not outside, helping them, supervising. The results that we had previously was a team work. And he was honest enough. And that really means a lot, Mr. Tupete, in your character as a professional and as a person, right? Admitting that, accepting that, we will take care of that. And after that, lastly, but not least, I want to say thank you to two wonderful people who helped me perform and do my best, reminding me every day and helping me. That is our executive assistant, Anna, and also the associate. Thank you, Señorita Pérez. This is the end of the semester and the end of the calendar year, and I wanted to take this opportunity to mention what you have accomplished, what you have done for our students, for our community, and you are doing what our students in our community deserve. Keep up the wonderful job.
All right, item 21.1, other items by the Board of Trustees. Trustee Campos, pardon me.
You know what, just I think Dr. Ross said a lot, and I do want to encourage the site administrators, thank you for the environments that you're building on campuses, because obviously the more fun, we're watching the presentations, all the spirit that's going on, the playoff, all that stuff kind of engages students, brings them in, the drama pro, everything that you guys are doing. And so thank you for that, because that becomes infectious, and then everybody, instead of, kind of looking for problems, everybody's looking for, hey, how can we hang out, how can we go support this group, that group, and having a good time in high school, which is what it's all about. So thank you guys for your leadership, for what you guys are doing out there every day. Thank your staff for us, because we know that it's not just, the leadership at the top, but it spreads all the way down to the bottom, because they're the ones dealing with the kids and our campus supervisors, everybody. So just thank your staff. I'm thankful for all that you guys do. I'm thankful that we're coming up on a break, so I'm sure you guys are as well. And just, have a Merry Christmas, spend as much time you can with your family, or if not, go out and do whatever you do for those couple weeks. And then just know after that, then you're looking forward to ski week and it gets through. So just thank you for everything that you guys are doing. I'm glad to see that we're hearing all these good reports and a lot of good things that are happening. So thank you. And have a Happy New Year, guys.
Trustee Hall.
Rethinking about what I said earlier. So, no, I'm kidding. No, yeah, like I was saying earlier, love you guys being here, but I'd like to see you guys at home. You guys are up here working. We had one person come up and talk, first time in a year. But that's just where I'm at. So I would like to give a directive to they can have the choice to come in if they want to, but also to maybe have 2 principals every month come in, give a little 5-minute spill of what you guys are doing in your at your sites. Pros, cons, what do you need, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
Would you please mind to mentioning exactly what you said in your proposal?
Okay, I propose.
Next topic.
I propose.
When we take action. The one that is coming. The last one.
Oh, the last one. I thought we were.
So we formalize it. It is there. Yeah.
I'm trying to get you guys out of here. I really, like Mr. Crump said, everything that you guys do. This district is beyond terrific, and you just have to keep going, keep digging those ditches, and all of us jump in that ditch and dig, right? So you guys have a great Christmas, holiday off, New Year's, and I just wish you the best.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and just remember to be kind to someone. This ideas go through my head. Pick a charity, pick a food drive, just one thing for everybody, and it'll make a difference. It all has. As Dr. Rouse says, we've come a long way, and we've got a long way to go yet, but it feels like we're on the right path here. This is start of a new year, and I think nothing but positive thoughts, things that you're emphasizing, get things done, get the data, get things done, and that's very important for our students, for everyone to feel we're moving ahead. So Happy New Year, and see you back after the break.
Thank you, Trustee and I.
Just Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, enjoy your families, and I hope you guys get good rest.
My colleagues were talking about doing good deeds. I want to recognize you for doing your great deed, even though it's a career. But the cool thing is, this is in your hearts, and you're inspired to teach our youth and help them grow up to be successful. One thing that a couple things I want to say is, try and smile more. Not just in here, but like when you're out there. I know you guys do. I see the videos. I'm hearing from the kids actually. But there's that one kid that might need that smile from you at that one specific moment in time, and it changes everything. And you all know what I'm talking about. You've all experienced. I know you have. Mental health is real, and we talk about it. And now that the holidays are coming up, it's even more real for a lot of people. We've lost people over time recently, and it could be bad. But it doesn't have to be. So I'm asking you guys, spread that love. You guys are doing phenomenal. I like how Dr. Rouse took the initiative to talk to you guys, and he was motivating me, and I'm watching you guys get inspired. You're like, yeah. I love that energy. We love that, and we want to see more of that. So when we say, hey, we want to see what you're doing, we're seeing it in the video, bring that energy here too. I like what you're doing back there. You know them. Just keep it coming. Keep it coming, because we need to share it with the kids. So I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Jingle Bells, all that good stuff. And then, right? And let's move on to the next item, which is 22.1, future board topics. And let's start with Trustee
Last page, I didn't know. You guys know where I'm coming from.
Well, you know what, and the only thing, and I would add to what Mr. Hall said, is just maybe, you know.
I haven't said it yet.
I know. I'm just throwing things out there. I mean, you know, like when we do this, you know, if you guys want to do a little shout out in there, just kind of let us go in, because you know what, we know that you guys have long days, and you know, there's really no need to extend that day, especially. I know it's only once a month or whatever it is, you know, if we have a second meeting, but. Really, it's just you guys could use that rest because we know you guys are grinding in the morning and all the way to night, and you're doing it all over again tomorrow morning. So definitely, and if you guys want to add, and we'd love to see your faces up there, you know, jazzing out with the kids, and we'd love to see you here as well. But you know, that rest is important. So now Chuck will give you that directive.
I'm not going to say anything. Same thing, you know. Just, we appreciate you guys. You guys work hard. I couldn't do your job. But I love the fact that you guys love to do your job. And that's what makes working, you know, enjoyable. You love your work, you're going to love what you do. So, you might not love coming here, so I would like to propose that we let them come and go as they please. And that's directors as well, you know. So with that, on that note, I'm going to stop there. But then I also, I was looking for the urban aviation presentation today, and it wasn't there. He hasn't been contacted, so I'm kind of wondering what was going on with that.
Can we take a few minutes to give you the status on that one? It's in progress, right?
Oh, yes.
For the aviation.
Yes, the aviation, I actually have the emails to send out to everyone, but.
Okay. If you can give a 30 second, 1 minute brief update.
Lindsay and her team with the CTE, they're doing a lot of research, looking at it, working with Liberty High School.
Go Bison!
It is in motion, so we'll send an email out to the board with all the specifics, but it looks like it is a feasible CT pathway.
Good. That's good to hear. I think it's going to be really
2026-27 school year, I think it's anticipated.
27-28.
All right, so I'll send the email.
Okay,
good.
Thank you.
I was looking at, consent item, 410, was about construction, and we were just talking about this last week. I know it's introduction, but I've looked at Poway District and also Desert Sands. They have a construction pathway that builds a house from the ground up. They build little homes from everything in a house. They get it and they strip it off, don't know whatever. So you got electrical, plumbing, HVAC, which is heating and air, flooring, framing, you know, everything to build a house. And I think we can just capitalize with 1210 and make it even bigger.
Is that a future topic you want for discussion?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Chuck, we give a quick update on that one?
Chuck Hall. It was so funny to see it there. Two people tonight.
Home. I'm sorry.
Hi. Anna's asking you a question.
I'll wait. So just a little update on the construction pathway. We have partnered with the Carpenters Union, and we've done a lot of research into the appropriate course pathways. This all started with a conversation that we had with two members of the Carpenters Union that came up to us and said that they'd like to build partnerships with our school district because there's so many construction projects that are happening in our county and they're having it outsourced to LA County and Orange County. And they said that they'd like to build our apprenticeships and a program within our district so that our students can graduate with the opportunity to work directly in this carpenter trade. So we've done some research. We've toured the training facility for the Carpenters Union. We've toured other
construction pathways in Rancho Verde and Hemet. And so we're very pleased to announce that we are going to be introducing a construction pathway. We have chosen Heritage High School as the site for this construction pathway. And we actually had an opportunity to bring some of our counselors from Heritage High School and our assistant principal over curriculum instruction to go visit and find out what the course sequences are, and we had an opportunity to talk with students and the opportunities that they have through this pathway, and tiny houses are involved. But please remember that we are starting with the introductories and then building up to having the completers and the capstone courses. We're very fortunate to start partnerships with DeWalt, and they're wanting to donate to this program. So we're certainly excited to get it going.
Have you looked at Home Depot and Lowe's for partnership where they can give us more tools instead of buckets? You know?
Yes, we are looking. We are making sure that we're maximizing all the opportunities and the people that want to get involved in supporting our students, especially in pre-apprenticeships and certifications and opportunities so that when our kids graduate here, they have opportunities to go directly into the trade and start making money right from graduation. So we have opportunities for college and trades and military and.
I want to take this opportunity, Ms. Chavez and Dr. Egan's and the staff of Ed Services to be looking into those options. And I want to ask the board also for your understanding and some patience in terms of that research is important. I want to tell you something. We met with a labor organization. It was carpenters or constructions. I don't remember. It was in my office, the superintendent's office. Wonderful program. Absolutely, that we wanted to sign. Where did we sign? But after they did research in the fine print, there were some conditions that every work, or most of the work that we were going to be doing in our district, it had to go through them. You know, so that raised concerns. We talk with other districts, and we need to be very careful with that. So thank you for doing that, and it takes time, right? Yeah. It takes time to address those issues. So thank you for your understanding, and I'm explaining this to you so you have that perspective, right? That we want to, and we will make things happen, because that is something that we are committed to do. But we need to be careful, and we want to do it the right way. Similar to what our purchasing director was talking a few minutes ago. I completely understand, and I'm there with President Garcia about the sense of urgency of metal detectors, but we need to protect our district also in doing it the right way. So thank you to all the team for being so careful on what we are going to be getting there.
Thank you.
We're working on the presentation for the board for all our CPA.
Yes, we are so excited. All of the courses that you were reciting, the reason for that is because the California Department of Ed is updating the courses so that it closely aligns with the federal CTE standards, and so as they're finalizing the courses, and it's a process. We're trying to stay ahead of it and getting these courses reapproved, making sure that it's up to date with the most current standards. And so, you know, we don't want to do all of our courses all at once, so we're doing it little by little, even though it feels like you're reading, so many courses at once, but it's better than, in 2 years and you're reading like a list of, 50 courses in one night. We're doing it as they approve them.
I'm okay with that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other topics from the board members? Are you done, Mr. Hall?
I guess so.
No. Okay. Mr. Stafford?
None for me, just Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Any other future board topics?
I just want to touch on the CTEs because I'm here more with giving parents a seat at the table. So when I first got on board, I had all these acronyms, and I'm like, what is all this? So then conferences, me and Chuck did all our courses. I tried to learn as much as I could, and even with all that, I felt like this isn't what I need to be learning at this time. So I asked Dr. Ross, can you sit with me? Can you teach me? Can you show me what does our district offer to the students, to the parents? And so he did that. And when I say I was like a kid in a candy shop, when he was telling me about all the CTE courses, I was like, our school has, the community has, it's labeled as, it's not labeled well. And when he was telling me all this information, I was like, you know, this needs to come out. The parents need to know. And through all of that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the initiative. I'm going to make an appointment with my daughter's counselor, and I did to get her on some CTE courses because I'm like, I want her to take advantage of whatever we have to offer. And she said something disheartening to me. She said, I'm so glad that you're here. Not many parents take the time to do this for their students or for their kids. And I was like, really? And I'm like, we need to fix that. we need to, I guess we need to figure out a way to connect better with parents and tell them what we have. Even I was telling Dr. Ross from 8th grade, we need to try to figure out that transition phase, because when my daughter started, she was just kind of given the classes, and if we can get in from 8th grade, we can, advertise our school, and I feel like we can pull more students in because we offer so much. I was blown away. I was literally like a kid in a candy shop. I was like, this is an amazing district. This really, really is. I'm so proud to be a part of it. I'm so proud that my daughter's at Paris High. My husband was fighting me to put her there because when we grew up here, Paris High was not the school you wanted to be a part of. And now, as an adult, I walk the campus. It looks like a college. I tell her when I went from like a prison to a college. It's a beautiful campus. We offer so much. And I really just would love to see something pushed more for that engagement with parents and show them, look, we got a lot to offer your kids, and just come and see and make an appointment with the counselors. That's it. That's it for me. The future, I guess the topic would be engagement with parents better. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how you save it to the end.
All right. So do I have a motion to close the agenda, item 22.1, future board topics?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Campos. Any more discussion? Seeing none, please vote. Item 22.1 passes 5-0 vote. Item 22.2, adjournment of the regular board meeting of trustees for December 10, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Stafford. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. Item 22.2 passes 5-0. The meeting is adjourned at, what we got here, 8:48 p.m.